Hi there, welcome to Smart Quiz Builder. My name is Veena Prashant. I'm the creator of this plugin. Smart Quiz Builder is the world's best quiz and survey plugin for WordPress. Today I'm so excited to let you know that Smart Quiz Builder now supports interactive polls. You can use an interactive poll in so many different ways. You can use it to engage your audience. You can use it to capture their attention. You can use it to get them to answer one simple question for you. And you can use it to capture leads. You can use it to capture feedback, to get their feedback. And the questions you ask could be anything you want. It could be something related to whatever it is you do, your product, your content, your service. It could be something completely unrelated, just a fun poll. There are so many options. There are so many different ways you can customize different options, configure different options. Everything is fully customizable in the backend. I can't wait to show you what we have done. Now let me take you to the backend to show you how powerful this feature is and how easy it is to set this up using Smart Quiz Builder. So let's take a look. All right, so this is the basic settings, and give your poll a name, description, and select the type as poll right here. And display settings, you can see show quiz in a pop-up or in page. Here in page, you can select a pop-up option as well. And poll settings, there are so many options here. All right, so it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just go over this quickly. So if you want to allow users to vote multiple times, then you can say allow repeat voting. But if you want to prevent repeat voting, if they have already voted once, you can say block based on browser, block based on browser and IP address, or allow repeat voting, right? And then when can they vote again? So if you have blocked it, do you want to allow them after a few hours, or do you never want to allow them to vote again if they have voted once? So you have several options here you can pick from. Do you want to show results to users? So after they complete voting, do you want to show them the results, right? Poll results. And can users see results before they vote? So if the polling has already started, people have already been voting, when someone new goes to your site to vote, do you want them to see the results before they vote? Or do you want them to only see it after they complete voting? By default, it's off, but you can turn this on if you want, and you can customize the text here. All right, allow users to change their votes. So after they complete voting, if you want to allow them to change their mind, change their vote, you can do that. And there will be a change vote link after they complete voting, and they can click on it to change their vote. So whatever they voted previously, that will not count because they have decided to change their vote. So whatever is the new vote, that's the one that will count. All right, answer order. You can see it says as configured in the backend. You can randomize it, or you can show options in the order of votes received. And display this message after voting is complete. So thank you for voting message will be displayed, but you can update the content. There is an editor right here. You can update the message, you can update the text font, all of that. And show total number of votes, right? So after they complete voting, do you want them to see total number of votes? If you want them to see it, enable it, and they will see the number in front of this. So 1 vote, right, or 2 votes, and you can change this text. And if you don't want them to see it, just turn this off. And do you want to set a poll start date? So if you want it to start on a specific date, you have set it up, you have published it, but it's not live yet, then you can say, sorry, this poll is not live yet. You can change this text and close poll at a specific time. Again, you can end it at a specific time. And this is the message that will be displayed if the poll has already ended. All right, so by default, it's off, but you can turn this on. Do you want to show results on the same screen or redirect to a completely different screen, to an outcome screen? So you have two options here. You can show it on the same screen. This is the default option. And redirect to an outcome screen. And on the outcome screen, do you want to display a chart so they can see how many votes each option received? Do you want to show a bar chart or pie chart? These options are here. And if you want to show a chart, then you need to publish this shortcode. All right, copy this and publish it on the outcome screen, wherever you want it to show up, and it'll show the chart there. All right. So for now, I'm just going to use all the default options. And so this is the vote button that will show on the question screen. And you can change the text, you can change the color, and customize the button. So these are the options. If you want to show a start screen before the question, you can use the start screen option, and you can customize the start screen here, but by default it's off. It will directly show the poll question. Lead generation, if you want to display an opt-in form and get them to opt in to see the outcome, to see the poll result, you can do that. Otherwise, you can turn this off. So I'll turn this off for now, and this is the default setting actually. So there are 5 templates we support for polls, and you can select any one of these. This is my favorite, so I have used this one. And if you have image-based answers for your poll questions, this is the one I recommend you use. And if it's just text-based, questions and answers, then you can use any one of these. But all of these support image-based answers, but I prefer this one for image-based answers. All right. So what I recommend is that when you're creating your first poll, just use all the default settings. All right. So give it a name, description, select poll here. And in the display settings, don't change anything. Just use all the default settings until you get familiar with it, right? There are so many different configuration options. That's why I think to start with, just use the default options. So it'll be less confusing. And then you can publish it, see in the front end what it looks like. You'll get more familiar with it. And then whatever settings you want to update, you can update it in the back end. So that's what I would recommend, and it'll be easy to create a poll that way. So question screen, you can add your question. Currently, only one question per poll. You can not add more than one question in a poll. Polls are generally for like one quick question. All right, so you can see I'm using a 3-column layout. I have 3 options here. You can edit this text, right? Change this text to whatever you want. And there is an image customizer here. I have customized, I'm using cover image, and I'm using a specific height here. And you can see on the right side, there's so many options. I'm using a full width template. Also, as far as the height, if you wanted to take over the entire screen, you can set the height to 100 VH, right? So I'm going to set it to that, and I'll show you what it looks like in the front end. Also, you can see here, there is an answer customizer right here. So all the colors are customizable. Progress background color, after people complete voting, it's going to color code each answer choice based on the % of votes it has received. And I'll show you what it looks like in the front end, but I just want to show you the options are here for you to change the colors. And it's all under answer customizer, progress text color. I'll show you this in a second. In the front end, it'll be more clear to you. And also on select, if users select a specific option, you can control the border color, border width in that case, using these 2 settings. If it's not image-based answer, just text answers, then just turn this off and you can use whatever layout you want like this. So if you don't have images, you can use that layout. I have used this layout because I have images. So I have selected image answer and that's it. All right. So it will give you a shortcode at the end. And all you have to do is publish this shortcode on a page and test it, and then come back here and update the setting. Really simple. You can see there are just 4 screens by default because I'm just reusing the question screen itself to show the answer. So that's why here under the redirect, you can see here, right here, you want to show results on the same screen. That's what I have selected, but that's the default. But if you want to redirect to an outcome screen, and if you select this option, and for example, if you want to display a chart, then you'll have to copy this and you'll have to create an outcome screen right here. All right, so you'll have to create an outcome screen, give it whatever name you want, and change this to whatever you want to say, right? And you can add this shortcode here. And this way SQB can show the chart on the outcome screen. And continue button, you can change the text, you can change it to whatever you want to say, and you can link it to whatever page you want users to go to when they click the continue button. And if you don't want to display a continue button, you can just turn this off, all right? So all of these options are here, but in my case, I'm not using an outcome screen currently. I'm just using same screen, all right? So let me show you what it looks like in the front end. We'll test it, and then we'll come back to the back end and change some settings, and we'll see what it looks like in the front end. All right, you can see here, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty nice, right? And then you can see voting has already started on this one. There are a few votes here now, 4 votes here. So you can select whichever option. So say that I'm going to select this one. And these are the colors I was talking about that you can customize under the answer customizer on the question screen. And you can see the vote button is activated. I'm going to vote now. And here, I forgot to save the settings, but I'm requiring opt-in. And I'm going to turn off opt-in in a second and show you what it looks like. But let's go ahead and opt in. All right, that's it. You can see here, this is a message that you can customize in the backend. And this is the color I was talking about, the progress bar color. And you can change this color in the backend. You can see the number of votes each option has received. This has received 3 votes. This has received 2. And this has not received any votes so far. And you can see the % here in terms of the number of votes received. Total number of votes so far, 5 votes. All right, so this is how it works. And so now we can change some settings in the backend and take a look at what it looks like, right? So one thing I'm going to do now is in the display settings, I'm going to turn off opt-in right here, right? I'm going to turn this off and go ahead and save it. And there's one more thing I want to do, which is redirect to an outcome screen. So users complete the voting and they will be redirected to an outcome screen. And I want to show a chart here, a bar chart, all right? So I'm going to copy this shortcode. Now we'll have to create an outcome screen. So let's go ahead and do that. a simple outcome screen. I'm just going to say thank you. And here you can say whatever you want. And main thing is to enter the shortcode here. I'm going to turn off the continue button here and go ahead and save it. All right, so now let's go ahead and test it in the front end. Because the default option is to block repeat voting. So if you are testing again and again, you will not be able to test it because if you have already voted once, it won't let you. So you may want to change the backend setting to allow repeat voting for testing purposes. And once you're done testing, change it back to disallow repeat voting. All right. Okay, so we are here and I'm going to select this option. This time it should send us to an outcome screen. All right, so you can see this is a thank you screen. And now it's showing this because I have configured it to show a bar chart. So it's showing the bar chart here. All right, so now I have removed the opt-in and so there's no opt-in required. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the voting here. All right, so I'm going to select this option and when I click on vote, I've also removed the redirect. So it should show the result on the same screen. You can see here, this is what it looks like. On the same screen, it's showing the votes received. So I'm not using the chart option here. I'm not redirecting to an outcome screen. It's refreshing the same screen with the total number of votes received for each one of these options. And this is the message you can configure in the backend. So that's how it works. I wanted to quickly show you the different options we have. Everything is fully customizable. As you can see, you can set a poll start date. For example, say that I'm going to set this to tomorrow. All right. And this should say this poll is not live yet. I'm going to increase the font size here. And I'm going to go ahead and save. All right, so now you can see it says, sorry, this poll is not live yet, right? This is the message. And if the poll has already ended, right? So if you change the setting here and you say, I'm going to turn off the start date, but say the poll has already ended. So I'm going to set this to an earlier time. So as you can see, it's really easy to set this up. There are so many options. I just showed you how to do this with template 5. You can do this with any of the other templates we have. Also, one more thing you can do in the backend is that in the report screen, in SQB report screen, under questions and answers data, this tab, you can select your poll, right? This one in this case, and you can select the date range and you can see the breakdown here in the backend. So as an admin in the backend, if you want to see which option has received how many votes, you can see that here. It says this option has received 20%, this option has received 40%, this option has received 40% of the votes. And this is how it breaks down. You can see right here. And this is the submissions report. Every single submission you're going to find here and the time of submission. So far, there are not too many votes. There are just 10 votes, but you can see all the submissions are here. I hope this was helpful. As you can see, you can easily add an interactive poll and replace your static content with interactive content to increase engagement, to get people to stay on your site longer and get them to answer the question that you have. Simple one quick question. And something that's important to you, something that you need their feedback on, you can add it as a pop-up, you can add it in page. There's so many different options. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please do let us know. My name is Veena Prashant. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.